Mukhang kahit papano malungkot man at malagim yung nangyari sa isang kababayan natin in Kuwait. The case seems to have been resolved. The perpetrator or the murderer arrested, and the family of the criminal is now cooperating with authorities to send back the remains of our kababayan. Now, while all of this was happening, there were once again calls for the suspension of deployment of OFWs to Kuwait. What is our situation there, Yusek?
Yes, right now, as we all know, Sir Cito, looking back, in 2018 and 2019, there were two gruesome cases of OFWs who were killed in Kuwait, OFWs Demafelis and Villavende. And because of those two gruesome murders, there was a deployment ban imposed by then President Duterte. And out of that deployment ban, there were conditions that we would lift the ban only if the Kuwaitis sat down with us for bilateral labor talks, and of course, with a view to improving and strengthening protective measures for our OFW. So out of that, there was the 2018 Philippines-Kuwait bilateral labor agreement on the protection of OFWs, particularly domestic workers, which contained protective measures such as ensuring living and humane working and living conditions for our domestic worker OFWs, ensuring the proper payment of wages, proper food, and medical assistance if necessary, and the prohibition on confiscation of passports and cell phones. With, of course, I need to mention the 1 day off per week and vacation every year. So these, among others, were the protective measures instituted. Now, we had relatively no major gruesome or cases of major abuse in the last 4 years since then until today, until now. And of course, in the context of bilateral labor arrangements or agreements, the directive of Secretary Susan Ople with the case of OFW Jollibee Ranara is to sit down with the Kuwaitis, revisit this bilateral labor agreement to further strengthen the agreement. And also Secretary Toots directed us to look into safe and ethical recruitment standards for OFWs in Kuwait. We will make sure that only recruitment agencies with clean, decent, reputable track records will be able to deploy workers to Kuwait.